Hey everybody, thanks for checking out this video. As you can see today, we're making cheesesteaks. I'm from Philly. I love cheesesteaks, arguably one of the best things about the city. And if you're from the area or you travel there, you know that there are a plethora of places where you can get a cheesesteak from. You got your tourist spots, Pat's, Geno's, Tony Luke's, Delisandro's, Max's, Jim's on South Street. But you know what? Sometimes you just want to make a cheesesteak in the comfort of your own home. And today I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so here's what you'll need. You'll need a cast iron skillet or some other type of skillet. You definitely don't want to use your non-stick pan, not the day for that. Next, you'll want to use some thin sliced steak. You can go to your local butcher and buy a ribeye and ask them can they cut it into thin slices, almost like sandwich meat. Next, you'll need about 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using avocado and about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of water. Next is arguably one of the most important parts of a cheesesteak is the bread. You definitely want to make sure you get your bread right and use some Italian rolls if you can find them. Cheese. Some people like the Cheese Whiz. I actually prefer American cheese. And then others prefer provolone. If you like fried onions, you could do that too. If you want to use a yellow onion, don't use a red onion because that can overpower the steak, and I just feel like yellow onions go so good with cheesesteaks, those yellow sweet onions. Next is the condiments. Here's where you can get creative. Myself, I like salt, pepper, ketchup, fried onions, mayo, mushrooms. Others, they prefer peppers, sweet, hot, or pickles. That's also a good one. And then some people also like mustard. Okay, so here's my stove cam. I'm going to be using a couple different cams. Here's the stove cam. And this is the meat that I'm choosing to use today. I found this at the market, and I feel like it's perfect for what I'm doing today. Here's my yellow onion. I got it chopped up. This is my prep cam, as you can see. Got my yellow onion already chopped up. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out my rolls, my Italian rolls that I found at the market at my local Giant. I'm going to go ahead and open them up. I'm going to be gentle because I don't want to rip them apart. I don't want 2 slices of bread. A cheesesteak is when you sit that meat into that pocket of that bread. Okay, so let's go back over to the stove can where my cast iron pan has been heating up. It's on a medium heat. I'm going to go ahead and add my avocado oil. Avocado oil is good because it has a high smoke point. It's not like olive oil or anything like that where it's going to burn. And it's a little bit more healthier than your vegetable oil. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my meat, right? I'm going to go ahead and add my meat, and then I'm going to go ahead and with my hands and just pull it apart. And you can see that meat looks so good. It's marbled. You can see the fat, and that's what you want to use because it's going to add so much flavor to your meat. Then I'm going to come with my second pack of meat. I'm going to just pull it out just like I did the first. Kind of break that apart. If you don't want to use your hands, you can always put on a pair of gloves. You know, I just prefer to get in there with my hands and just go to work. You know, while it is cold, you can handle it. Once it's hot, obviously, you won't be able to do that anymore. So now I'm going to come with this little spatula that my wife got from the dollar store. And this is why I say you don't want to use your non-stick pan because you're going to do some chopping, and then this could chip up your non-stick pan, and then, you know, it won't be non-stick anymore. I love my cast iron pan. Let me tell you, once you learn how to use it, it's so versatile, and it's so much better than non-stick pans anyway. You can clean it, and it's good. All right, so meanwhile, I'm going in with this meat, chopping it up. I got some tongs to kind of assist me. It allows me to hold that meat and pull it apart, and I'm chopping it forwards and backwards and turning it and flipping it. And meanwhile, my meat is on like a medium heat. So I'm going in just with that meat, just going in. And I'm going to spread it out so that it can all cook evenly. Then I'm going to come with those onions that I cooked. Look, right here, I admit I committed a cardinal sin. Monday morning quarterback, I should have, in hindsight, sauteed these onions maybe in a different pan, or maybe moved the meat to the side and sauteed the onions on another side. But as I went along, it actually turned out good because I think that the flavor from the onions was able to cook inside the meat. So it all actually turned out right. Okay, let's come back over to the prep cam where I have my bread. I'm going to add my mayo if that's what you want to do. Again, like I said, the condiments are totally up to you. I'm going to carefully fold back that bread. I don't want to rip it again because you want to have that meat sit right up in that pocket, right? I'm using Hellman's. I feel like you really can't skimp out on your mayo that you want to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of paint that on there, you know. I tend to like the mayonnaise that you can squeeze. The mayonnaise in the jar is good too. You can dip your knife in there and get that in, but I think that this is more manageable. As you can see right here, I'm coloring outside the lines. A little sloppy right there, but I can fix that. All right, so once I have that ready to go, I'm going to come in with my water. That is like a quarter cup of water, just a little bit, just to keep the moisture of that meat. You don't want your meat to get dry. I'm going to go ahead and separate that meat into two different piles, and I'm going to come with my American cheese that I got from the deli today. I'm going to go ahead and press that on to the meat in those different piles, and I think that that other pile, it needed some more cheese, so I came in with another slice of cheese, as you can see right there. Okay, so next I'm gonna cover it with some foil. I want to keep that heat inside and melt that cheese on that meat. So after about a minute and a half, here's what you get. You see that cheese just starting to melt. I'm gonna come in with my little tent of bread. It's like a tent, like a little teepee tent. Come in with my tin of bread and put that on there. And as you can see, that mayo, and let me tell you, that cheese and that mayo and that mix, oh my God. All right, now here's my other cam. This is my close-up cam. As you can see, so juicy, that meat. The pan is still on, it's still cooking, it's just on low. So, you know, everything's just being melted and blended together, as you can see. All right, back over on the stove cam. This is arguably one of the most important parts, where you want to scoop your meat, right? It's going to take a little bit of practice, but you just want to come in and just right here, scoop and score, right? Like football. You know, when somebody's fumble, it's like a scoop and score. That's what I call that. You want to be careful that you hold it the right way so that that cheese and that meat does not fall on your hand, because that could be, you know, a little painful. You want to come in with a little extra meat and put that on that sandwich. You don't want to waste any of that meat. All right, so you're gonna put that one off to the side. Here we go again with this one. Gonna just do a quick scoop and score. Turn that over right side up, and again, you want to make room for any extra meat that may be in that pan, because look, we did all that cooking. We don't want to waste any of that meat, right? Put some in that other cheesesteak that you took off before, and then put some in that cheesesteak, right? And look at that bread, just kind of just, oh God, you could eat the bread by itself. Let's go in with the close-up cam. Here we go. You can see just, oh my God, it looks so good. All right, here's where you can get creative. We're going to come with the condiments. Again, like I said, I like the ketchup, and I like a little pinch of salt. Everybody can't do the salt. Gotta watch your salt intake. My wife does not like the salt. Not that she has to watch her salt intake, but she just doesn't like the salt. So we just did cracked black pepper on hers. Let's go in with the close-up cam. This is with everything added to it. Just so good. Like I said, I like mushrooms, but I didn't have any mushrooms. Other people like pickles or hot peppers, sweet peppers, is whatever you want to do. All right, there you have it. Cheesesteaks, so easy to make right in your own kitchen. They're good for dinner during the week, or you can make them right before the big game on Sunday. It's totally up to you. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.